Hi there, my name is Nethergam, and today we're playing Subnautica. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. When we last left off, whoopsies. All sorts of stuff went wrong. I think this is still broken, so I'm not gonna mess with that yet. But I think I managed to actually fix everything else, surprisingly. It certainly was broken. There was a lot to fix. All the names got changed. Everything got messed up. That really messed up power. That messed up, the ore consumers. But I tried turning the game off and on again. I did a couple of things, and I managed to these I can click again. So I think those are fine. I'm pretty sure I went through and I changed all of the connections and names. So now they're set to the right name. I think. Pretty sure I did that everywhere. I may not have gone to the DB Deeps yet to change everything that might need to be changed there. But, or did I? Yeah, maybe I did. I also went ahead and named all the bases. So we've got the Moneymaker, where we are now. We got base 13, which I'm just going to keep because I kind of like that name. Then we got the DB Deeps and the OCF, the Ore Consumer Factory. So now we actually have names for them just in case things go horribly wrong. We'll at least know which base is which. I don't think that matters here. This still says base 30, which is the new title for the wind farm. So despite the fact that it is in fact, I think still says, although we'll go take a look right now. I'm still not 100% sure how much damage there is going to be across the board. But I did, it kept my account. After at some point I closed the game and reopened it, and my account was back. So I still have the card. I had all the money that I made, and while I was messing around trying to fix stuff, I don't think I made any of the money while it was broken, but it remembered how much money I had, at least before it broke, at the very least. So yeah, the not being able to access the ore consumers, I think, was one of my primary concerns. And then obviously, all the things got messed up. Yeah, so this still says BS54, which I assume is what its name was before. I'll bet if I put a control doodad in here. Let's go ahead and buy one, because I think that might be helpful to keep track of what in the heck is happening. Oops, I should probably actually buy it, eh? I think it'll show that number. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. Because I'm curious to sort of, I'm not entirely sure what happened, why it happened, how it happened. I assume it had something to do with me messing with that hydroponic harvester and getting everything nice and janky. So, okay, I think we're back on track, more or less. I think everything is basically running. I'm not going to assume that everything is going to be great forever, but I think it's working. Let's go check on the OCF here real quick, just to confirm that it's all still working. I think it should be. I reconnected everything. I think I did. I went through and reconnected a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure I reconnected everything. Let's head over there, confirm that I in fact did that, and see if everything is still working the way I expect it to. Like it should be, hopefully, making the supplies for or consumers. But I don't think actually that part was ever broken. So I think the making of the ore consumer was going to continue on as if nothing had happened, because the communication between the ore consumers and the remote storage unit, I don't think was interrupted, because that doesn't rely on any naming, like talking to things using their unique identifiers. That's just, hey, this one is in range, put my items in it, and this remote storage unit is on this base. This base can access its items. So I don't think it has anything to do with numbers or any base numbers or anything like that. So I think the construction of ore consumer things, goods, was going to continue. What wasn't going to work was these weren't going to get any more lubricant. So eventually it would fail, but I don't think, you know, the ore consumer part of it was actually in any jeopardy. So we've got plenty of advanced wiring kits, plenty of plasteel ingots, you know, plenty of these things that we need in order to make ore consumers. I think we're just good to go. I think that none of that broke, I don't think. Really, the only thing that really broke, the thing that truly broke, was all the names got changed. I think that was what caused us a lot of the real trouble. And then the fact that I couldn't access the ore consumers, which I'm not entirely sure why that was true. It's very possible that that just couldn't happen with all of those power fluctuation notifications that we were getting. Maybe it just couldn't open the UI while the UI was otherwise engaged. So I could definitely see that happening. So let me grab 2 glass, 2 plasteel, a wiring kit, 2 silicone rubber, a lubricant? I believe it's a lubricant, right? Yes, 2 glass, 2 plasteel, advanced wiring kit, 2 silicone rubber, and a lubricant. Cool. All right, I think we have all the stuff for like 4 ore consumers now, like on us or at the Moneymaker. I knew I had a name for that place. The Moneymaker. So let's go get back to what we were doing like 2 episodes ago and see if we can't get some ore consumers on the ground. I'm a little concerned. I'm still a little hesitant. I'm a little worried that, you guys okay? I'm a little worried that everything's gonna break horribly at any moment, and it might. But hey, this is the Wild West of playing games with mods, and whatever happens, happens. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty happy with how this playthrough has gone already, so worst case scenario, this is the end of it, and you know, we had a good run. We did pretty well. Now, I didn't beat the game or nothing, but that was never the point. We can always go through the story another time if we feel like we want to get all that information or get that part of the gameplay. But this was all about this mod, and I feel like I've done, you know, I think we've pretty much done everything this mod has to offer for the most part, in terms of like, I think we've pretty much used all of its machines, we've played with a lot of its technology, we sort of understand how a lot of it works, and now there's just the challenge of, can we do the thing that this mod is kind of asking us in the end game? And if no, well, whatever. It's not the end of the world. I'd like to. I very much like to. But if the game says no, I will have no choice but to agree. All right, what I'm hoping is that, see how this says 43? That concerns me. If this does not go up to 44, then I think we are in real trouble. Not real trouble, it just, I think that's it. Like, I don't know if there's any way, if that does not go up beyond that. Because what I'm hoping is by pushing it to this side of its limit, it'll be like, oh, yeah, I should be making 50, right? But, and then it'll sort of nudge it in whatever direction, the opposite of direction of whatever, however I manage to nudge it. And maybe we'll get this up to 50, and then theoretically, I can pull them back out again and actually get it down to 0. I have a feeling no. I have the feeling the fact that it's 43 definitely means that it thinks there's 50 in it. There isn't, which means that I'll never get that last 7 out. Those are a phantom 7. I don't think if there's any way for me to like add creepvine seed clusters to it to sort of like force the issue and be like, hey bro, take these last couple of creepvine cluster seed things. So I think this thing is just toast, unless there's a way for me to like sort of get in through the back end and like hard delete this object, but I doubt it. I mean, not that I doubt it, but I don't know if I even want to go that far, even if it is possible. So I think, unfortunately, this room, well, this hydroponic harvester, and by extension, this room, are here forever. And that's kind of what I was hoping to avoid. I'd like to be able to take this room down just because of sort of where it is in relation to the ore consumers and things like that. But what can you do? All right, let me grab. Oh, okay, I will. Let me grab another hydroponic harvester. Another. Oh wait, how do I have so much glass? I have too much glass on me. Why did I end up with so much glass? Did I grab more than I planned to grab? Are you full? Oh, okay, full. 2 glass, 2 plasteel, wiring kit, 2 silicone rubber, and a lubricant. All right, so that should be 2 ore consumers worth of supplies, plus a little random glass. So 39, 45. Okay. Wait. Oh. I was like, wait, it's not 7. I think it was. I didn't catch the transition. Oh well. But yeah, see, I'd love to put more consumers here, and I suppose I can. I just don't know if I can put more. You know, I'm gonna have to go around this. Basically, is the problem, and that's kind of stinky. So, oh well. Let me get the supplies for 2 foundations. So 4 titanium, 4 lead.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Which I have here. Why do I have all that here? Whatever. Oh. Beans. There's more water where that came from. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a few more foundations down. Well, and by a few, I mean 2. And then hopefully, without too much trouble, we can just throw down a couple of ore consumers. Just right on down here. Essentially right next to, kind of just, you know, button up with the ones that are already there. I don't really need to have good access to them or anything like that. I just want them to be here. I just wanna stack them up as densely as I can. Come on, you can do this. Oh no. What's happening? What's the problem? Oh, come on. How did I manage to get that? Oh. There. Haha. Close enough. Okay, I should be able to make a 3rd one. So let me go into here. Every little hitch, every little everything from the game is freaking me out. All right, 2 plasteel, one of those and one of those. What's happening here? Did I told you to do something different? Yeah, you should maintain 4. 4 is fine. Let's do 6. It suddenly was going ham because I started taking stuff out of the system. So it was like, oh, I have room to make more lubricant, but that's not actually what I wanted to do. That was me trying to fix my creepvine cluster problem. But I don't think that is, in fact, doesn't have anything to do with the problem, I don't think. Or I don't think that would have fixed the problem. Because I think it still would have seen 0. Right, even when there were sort of quote unquote 7 left over in there. So I don't think that would have fixed anything, unfortunately. But I don't know. I'm still open to. Wait, what? Wait, how do you have? How did you get stuff? I'm not gonna complain about it. I just don't know why you've all of a sudden got settings. That might have been part of the weirdness that happened. So you've got settings. You've got settings. You've got settings. And somehow you have settings. I guess COC005 was one that already existed before the purge or something. Maybe? I'm not gonna overthink it. That's for sure. As long as she keeps working more or less correctly, I'm happy. And we can start making an absolute embarrassment of riches. Alright, I somehow ended up with a weird number of plasteel ingots. So let me go ahead and take you, and one of you. And just hold on to them. Well, I suppose I can go over to OCF. That's right, I forgot I don't even have to go to the OCF. I don't know why I was thinking I do for some reason. That doesn't make any sense at all. All right, let's see. Yeah, and I'm hesitant to some extent about what the limits of this are gonna be. I'm worried at some point we're going to be pushing the boundaries of what this mod is able to handle. Obviously, I don't think 7 ore consumers is going to be that number, but you know, 700 might not be unreasonable. So I am a little concerned about that. Unreasonable in terms of we might need that in order to make the kind of money that we're talking about. And if we need that, can we handle it? I don't know. I don't know what that answer is. But I'm happy about this. We certainly have a lot more ore consumers than we did a minute ago. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about this. At some point we got to figure out what the number is here. This is still 200. But the question is, are these dropping rapidly? Well, that certainly isn't. 238. 62. And 72. I'd love to have remembered any piece of information whatsoever about what those numbers used to be. But I will keep an eye on this. Again, I could math this out. We could figure it out. These take 45 seconds to process 1 ore. These process or mine 50 ore a day times 4, so 200 ore a day. 45 or whatever. The problem is I just don't know how long a Subnautica day is, so I don't know if even thinking about that is particularly useful. So the question I have now really is, what am I gonna do about expanding this? Right, we're sort of, we could keep going. I could push these out into this area a little bit. But, I'm going to have to sort of start weaving my way around walls and stuff, and it's going to start getting a little bit more unwieldy as we go. So I kind of feel like maybe either another base down here, like over there somewhere, or just find another area where we can build another one of these. Or, and kind of keep them maybe a little bit this size, because down here it's a little crowded down here. Or we find another area that has something like magnetite available. Or we go and see what nickel can give to us in terms of money, right? Because nickel is an option, I would assume, and I might assume incorrectly, or other things. Cave sulfur. I don't know. I assume that there might be something that's worth more than 19,425. So that might be worth going and finding. and seeing if an ore consumer, an ore driller, can in fact drill some of those things up. So why not get an ore driller? Or 4? I don't know. Why? Who knows? Who knows why? And then maybe something like that number? 10? 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 data disks. Sure, I have space for that. And in case I don't have space for that, a server rack. Sure. Because why not? Because why not and increase our storage while we're at it. But yeah, let's maybe go find a place where we can mine some other interesting things, or maybe we can find a place where we can mine some of the same interesting things, but that has maybe a little bit more space available to us. But I'm very curious to see what something like nickel, because I know I can mine nickel. Not a lot of space down there necessarily, but there's probably other places to mine nickel. But like, what kind of stuff can we mine down in the lava lakes and stuff like that? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, we got this. Let me go ahead and throw that on the wall up in the wind farm area, just to see what kind of information we can get on that. I don't know if there's an antenna built into this already. There is a power pylon, so I would sort of expect there also be an antenna. It's kind of a full service base kind of thing. Where can I put this? Just right on the window. Yep. Yeah, who needs it somewhere reasonable? Here. Sure. Yeah, so base 30, I think, is called such because it used to be BS030. And now it's not. Or yes. No? Yes. That probably is what it is. Base 30 is its name. So it probably used to be BS030. Now it's BS054. But the name, let's just call this Wind Farm. And then hopefully that didn't break anything. I'm not getting any pushback. I'm not getting the infinite message loop of no more power. So hopefully by changing the name, it still knows what's up. Yeah, just as Wind Farm now. Cool. Okay, cool. That confused me a little because I thought for a while I didn't have any of the other names. And so I was seeing all these other codes, all these other numbers and stuff, and I was very confused. But now that I know it's the name and that BS030 is its name, not its number, that makes a lot more sense. So there's nothing wrong with the number that's written on the side of the building. That is actually still correct. BS054 or whatever it says. I assumed that was what was wrong. And so I'm like, no, it's not 52, it's 30 or something like that. But no, in fact, 30 was just its name, which it gets from its number. But then since all the numbers got messed up and the names didn't, then none of the names and numbers matched anymore, which is why I gave them all friendly names, except for base 13, but that's just base 15. But now that they have all these friendly names. Oh, interesting, though. The wind farm is not on there. So maybe the wind farm does not, in fact, have a transmitter. Antenna. So we could theoretically put an antenna, except I don't keep anything there. So whatever. All right. So I don't think it's necessary. But let me put these discs in here just for funsies. I just want to have plenty of discs to play with. And I don't want to run out of storage. Oh, I also got a server rack, which I didn't need, but look, there's nothing wrong with having another one. You know what I'm saying? Now we can buy even more discs. Oh man, we are gonna break this video game. More than we already have. Okay, let's get out there. I've got some ore drillers, or ore drillers. Let me. Oh, again, I don't need to go. I keep feeling I need to go to the OCF to get the stuff, but I don't. Let me just get what I need here. I already have a lubricant, so 2 glass, 2 plasteel, an advanced wiring kit, 2 of those, and I already had the lubricant. Whatever. So we can mess around with that. We can mess around with one that doesn't. Actually, you know what? Let me get a power pylon, because theoretically I might want to mess around with this somewhere where I can't get power directly. So let me grab 2 of those and 2 of those, so we can make we'll make a little foundation. We'll put our ore driller on it, and then we can also, just in case, we could also put the ore consumer down and test out some of the ore consumer, some other materials in the ore consumer. While we're there, we don't have to come back to do that. So, where the heck did my sea moth go? Oh, it's right there. So, yeah. This will be here in just a moment. And then we'll head off, and maybe we'll go... Actually, you know what? I don't even need to. You wait there. I'm just gonna teleport. I think. I hope. Let's hope for the best. I haven't teleported this since things went wrong, so I can't say I'm not a touch concerned. What, are you hurt? Why are you like leaking? Or is that just normal? You just pollute everything with your exhaust port. Rude. All right, 1 power pylon, please. And let's, oh, whoops, nope. Let's go to the DB deeps. Because this is where I want to mess around anyway. Lower base, you say? Oh, I guess. Just in case. Just in case. Hopefully nothing bad will happen. I assume it'll just work perfectly. Yeah, this is right. I legitimately didn't recognize it for a second. Okay, so... I could take the Duber, but I'm not going to. Well, yeah, we should. I got too far away. Come here, you. Whoops. Oh, I've got some random lithium in there, I suppose. Teleporters are the best. Whee! Thank you. Oh. Nerds. Whee! Okay. So, what I'm considering is, like, down here somewhere, right? Like, what happens if we build a foundation here? I'm going to... Okay, if you say so. Are we... All primary systems online. Are we close enough to the deep space to just have the power that it provides? I'm not gonna complain about it. Oh no, we're not. This is providing power. Ah, every time. I'm getting rid of these. I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's just it's going. It's going. I'm done with power that doesn't come from the wind farm, essentially. or is directly on the base. That's fine. Emergency power only. Perfect. I don't want that base to have power. I was hoping it didn't have power, and then suddenly you're telling me it had power, and everything got confusing. So let's just abandon all this pretend thermal power that just makes everything just worse. Oh. Okay. So, anyway, you have no power. You do, actually. So clearly, either your solar panels, which seems a little unrealistic in this particular circumstance. Oh, look at me accidentally bringing a lubricant places. What am I thinking? Anyway, I can just tell. Look, yeah, see, kyanite, cave sulfur, nickel. I'm gonna turn some of these things off. Blacklist off, so we're choosing what we want to drill up, because I just want to start drilling things that I haven't messed with yet in terms of putting it in the ore consumer. Okay, cool. We'll let that cook. I'm gonna go ahead and put down a power pylon just because I don't think there's a reason why I should not. Because I'm gonna want to power the ore consumer. Every time. It's just that it's so far away from me. Wind farm. There we go. All the primary systems, like the driller, are online. I'm so glad. All right, and then we're just gonna chuck this down on the ground anywhere because we're just gonna use this to play around, test a couple of things out. We've got quite a bit of things. We've got some stuff, and I think it'll just tell me, so I don't even need to like worry too much about it. So we'll just yeah, there we go, kyanite. Oh gosh. Hey, you get the heck out of here. Forgot about these guys. I didn't know they latched on while I wasn't here. Hey. How rude. Jerks. All right. So, kyanite crystal. What do we think? What do we think, ore consumer? Let's talk kyanite crystal. Oh, that's a little better. That's a little better. We got some cave sulfur. Let's see what that's gonna rock for us. I like it. I'm definitely liking it. So, and I feel like in general, I don't know how far, like what biome? ILZ corridor? I think ILZ corridor counts like for quite a bit, right? That goes a long way, I feel like. The inactive lava zone takes us, yeah, 37,000. And then what's our cave sulfur give us? Oh, for a second I thought it was 200,000. Whoa, I was about to get really excited. All right, so far kyanite is the winner. I'm not shocked about that. But yeah, so kyanite's good. We'll see. Oh, there's just some ruby right over here. I don't even need to wait for the ore consumer to pick it up. I assume ruby is not going to be as good, just because ruby is, you know, it's not insanely uncommon. So, but we'll throw one in just to see what happens. But yeah, 22,000 is not terrible. Oh, there's a ruby. But really, I'm just here to see what the number's going to be. 25. So that's actually even better than cave sulfur, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing to stop me from just saying, just only mine kyanite, right? And we'll just get an absurd amount of kyanite. But I am curious about the other ones, like nickel, and uranium and things like that. Again, uranium or uranite or whatever it's called, I'm sure it's fairly common. I'm sure that's not going to be crazy. But nickel, maybe. Nickel might be really good. Might be better than kyanite. Who knows? But we'll have to, I think, check on that next time. I think that's gonna have to do it for this episode. When we come back, I'm very glad that things aren't totally broken. But when we come back, we'll continue to hope that things don't stay broken or get more broken. And we'll keep playing with this. We'll see if maybe there's an even better location. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll roll around with this huge thing in my pocket and see if we can't find a good spot for us to build either a larger or more, not larger, but more frequent ore drilling and consuming facilities. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you again, and I hope you have an incredible day. Okay, bye! Thank you again for watching the video. If you'd like to see more from me, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live. I'd also very much love to hear from you down in the comments below.